Hello everybody, it's Lisa Brown, Brown Girls Crafting. How's everybody doing today? It is a beautiful Saturday morning here in Northeast Oklahoma. I'm going to come on a couple minutes early to give Connie time to get me shared over into the Thoughts and Treasures Friends group. I hope you guys all go click the link that I put in my video. And also I posted the link on my page a little bit ago. That way she can get me all shared over there. Hey, Connie, thank you so much for asking me to be in this event today. I really appreciate it. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Ruby. How are you doing this morning? Hey, Pat. It is probably going to be up to 85 in Oklahoma. Well, on our side of Oklahoma today. Hey, Connie Ann, or Carol Ann. As soon as I'm done here, hey, Quita. As soon as I'm done here, we're going to go down and see Declan for a little bit. And I'm going to hobble into Hobby Lobby and get a couple things. Hey, Rita. Hey, Sue. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Teresa. Now, last time, well, not last time, but one time when I was in Fort Smith, they have a store called Savers. And I bought this for $4.94. This right here. But then I think it was on the tag day, so I got it like 50% off. Hey, Annetta, how are you doing? Hey, Rhonda. And it had this hanger right here, and my intention was to keep it for 4th of July. But I've decided to put it in my bathroom. Because our guest bathroom is kind of small, and I'm going to change the colors up. And I found a color that I really like. But I'm going to spray paint this because I have some spray paint that is pretty close to the color I'm going to paint this. And we're going to put a cute little rice paper on the front of it. And let me just show you the color that I've picked. I've picked this color right here. It's called Pixie Belle from Miss Lillian's. And I put a coat of white chalk paint underneath it so that I could put this paint over the top of it because it's a little slick. Hey, Mary Tayo. Hey, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. And so what I've done is I already put a coat of paint on here. And we're going to need another coat before it's over with. Hey, Glenda. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some, I sanded it down is what I did. Because over here on the side, you know when you use a sponge dauber and you put paint on, it leaves a little bit of like a texture. And so I had to sand down all of these little stars as best I could. And that one right there needs a little bit more. Let me take a thicker grip of sandpaper. I'm just sanding those edges of that star down until I can't feel them. Now up here, I really can't do anything about those because they're inside of that little rib there. Oh, I like this color, Debbie. I think that's what I'm going to put in my bathroom. A shade of that because I think it's pretty. Right now, it's yellow and gray, and I think I'm going to change my color gray and leave that wall gray. And the rest of the walls will be something similar to this color right here. Plus, it's light enough, too, you can go in that small bathroom. Okay, I'm going to just make sure I sand down those stars really good. And I'm going to show you the rice paper I'm going to put on here. This is the rice paper we're going to put on right here. I got this from, let me look. I probably got this from Scrappy's Rustic if I'm not mistaken. Got it from Scrappy's Rustic. And let me set that right there. And I'm going to go ahead and get a wipe. Let me give you a tip on your wipes. I've got to go get me another one. But if you'll put a rubber band around your wipes right here, when you pull them out, it'll only pull out one instead of half a dozen. Hey, Marie. It is a pretty paper. And it's got like an old antique claw foot bathtub, which I wished I had. But they're too expensive. I went with, in our master bathroom, I went with a huge soaker tub, and we have a walk-in shower, which makes it easier for Jeff and for me right now. Hey, Ruby. Hey, Susan. So let's go ahead and dry this just a little bit to get the water off of it. Hey there, Rowena May, how are you doing? We are going to make over this little wall hanger for something in my bathroom. I don't know if I'm going to put in some towels, maybe a couple rolled up towels, or I may just find some florals today, because I went ahead and I put my paint on my little stick here. And when I go in Hobby Lobby, I'm going to find something that I can put in here, or I'll find some really cute towels that color. But we're going to have to cover up this red, white, and blue, and this is perfect for 4th of July, which was my intention, but I changed my mind. All right. That's pretty warm. We're going to let that cool down for just a second, because as soon as I put my paint on, it's going to start to dry it, and it'll get kind of crumbly. I'm going to go ahead and put some lotion on my hands while I've got it here. I have figured out every time I go to the doctor, and I've been a lot here recently, even if I take a shower at night before I go to bed after I've crafted, or I get up in the morning and I take a shower, I can go to the doctor and I can still find paint flecks on my hands. Oh, you're right, Ruby. We can always change our mind. Hey, Shayna. So I started putting lotion on my hands, and even though it kind of cakes up on my fingernails, it's easier to get off. Easier to get off. Boy, Shayna, I wish I could have grown a garden this summer, but there was just no way. I enjoy watching you go out and pick yours. Okay. All right, that's cool. I'm just using some Waverly White chalk paint. I know Dixie Belle has something called Slick. Miss Lillian's has something called Jeff's Swamp Mud. I've put that on, and you can put that on under this paint to help it adhere, because this is more for wood, but you can use it for other things too. But this is probably going to take 2 coats to cover up that red, white, and blue, even for chalk paint. Hey, Linda. I'm going to make I'm going to make Griffin a sign for his room, because Lauren had bought one off of Etsy for Declan. And I told her back then I would make her one, and she goes, well, Mom, I already bought it. You know, that first time baby syndrome, you buy everything because you're afraid not to get him something. And she paid like $80 or $90 for it from Etsy, which, you know, they're making their business, and that's what they do for a living. I don't begrudge anybody that. But I told Lauren, I said, Lauren, I could have made that so easy for you. So before I even offered to make her something for Griffin, and you know, it's one of those little door hangers. It's like 18 inches wide, and you have like, you know, Declan, Matthew on it, and it had like maybe mountains or bears or something on it. She found a really cute one on Etsy, and she said, Mom, can you make me something similar to this for Griffin? It made me feel so good that she asked me to do that. And so today we're going to go down and get some paint from her, so that I can use that for the letters and the mountains and stuff. Well, actually not, the letters are going to be white, but that way I can use it for the mountain scene we're going to put in the background. Oh, that sounds like fun, Tammy. So I told her I needed to get some gray so I could match my colors, because, you know, green, because, you know, greens can clash with other greens just like red can. Blues kind of go together for the most part, but greens and reds, you can really get some colors that don't match up, even if they're called the same thing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get that and use that on his little sign. And I have to laugh at my girls. They would always tell me growing up they didn't have a crafty bone in their body, which they could draw. Like, they can draw better than I can. But all 3 of them, and Haley's is locked up right now, but I think when she has this baby, she'll start doing more crafting, because she's the one who put together the quilt that they gave me for my 60th birthday. Haley's the one who put it all together, her and Mike. And every time I see that on my bed, I just get tears in my eyes knowing the work that went into it, and knowing that my Haley took the reins and she got it done. Yeah, this is going to take 2 coats to cover that. And she does that. Lauren yesterday, oh gosh, no, it was yesterday, it was a couple days ago. It was 6 in the morning. She was on her way getting ready to come to work in Stillwell. She drives an hour every day. And she messages me and she sends me a picture of this I can't even think. It's a heat, heat press. Good night. Can't remember the word, heat press. And she goes, I'm going to start making Declan and the boys and I some t-shirts. And she said, I bought some direct-to-garment transfers off of Etsy. And I said, well, you need a heat press, really, Lauren. She has an easy press because you need good pressure, good steady pressure. And I called her and I said, which one are you looking at? And she sent it to me. And she's going to sell her little easy press. But I told her, I said, so you're going to make the boys some t-shirts? She said, yeah, Mom, I'm not going into this as a business. She said, I just want to make stuff for me and the boys. She makes quilts for all of her friends who's having babies. Haley does the same thing. Ashley's made t-shirts for the girls. And then this year she made all of the megaphones for the cheer team, for the owner. I'm going to go ahead and paint in here just a little bit of the way down, just so I have like a finished top edge at the top. And so she's doing that, and it just made my heart happy. And I don't think they realize how much it made me happy, knowing that they're crafting or they're doing something. Okay, we're gonna have to dry that, and it won't take long for this to dry because this metal will heat up and dry pretty fast. Hey, Tanya. And the funny thing is, I know if my mom was still alive, she was my crafty inspiration because she could craft anything. And my mom would be tickled knowing that my girls are crafting. Yeah, they are, Connie. Hey, Crystal. I need to get right up under that lid. I see a lot of red, white, and blue right there. There, we'll get the rest of that on the second coat. How are you doing, Crystal? So what is everybody's plans today other than sitting here watching videos? You got any other plans going on? Or what's the weather like where you're at? Oh yeah, Emma crafts too. In fact, Emma, I've been paying her like $5 a day to help me. And when we were sorting napkins the other day, it took me maybe 5 minutes to explain to her, not even that long, of how I wanted them sorted. Oh, good, Crystal. Well, tell her happy birthday. And so I didn't have to tell her very much how they needed to be sorted. I told her, you know, this is Christmas, this is 4th of July, this is Easter, this is flowers. And we sorted them like that. It didn't take half the time. Well, it cut my workload down by 90%, her helping me do that. Well, last night I was walking out of the building, and I have a little shelf here that I'm trying to get moved out. And on the top was a box, a clear container of napkin packages. And so, ooh, that sounds like fun, Debbie. So I'm going to call her here in a little bit and ask her if she's ready to sort more napkins next week. And then we're going to start making up some mystery bundles. And she's excited to do that. Excited. Okay. Let me take that off. I'm going to go ahead and give this another coat because I can still see. You may not be able to see it, but I can still see red, white, and blue. Hey, Shar. We're just gonna get, oops. Should have finished my stroke there. Now I've got a little lump. We're gonna, oh, look what I just did. I put my paint for my white down in my blue. Let me clean that up real quick. Reba helped you a few weeks ago. I tell you what, that's fun when they can help you. Hey, Janet, how are you doing? Let me see if I got all the blue out of my white here. Well, at least I didn't glob it in there. I just dipped it in. Hey, Joanne. Who's done that? Put their paint back in the wrong container. There we go. We got it out. All right. We're going to make sure we have a good coat of white here underneath our napkin. And we're going to paint the outer edges of it blue. Hey, Doodle Designs. How are you doing, Denise? Okay. I may have to give this a little bit of a sanding right here. I didn't do too good of a paint job. I didn't follow through with my brush strokes. Hey, Lisa. How are you doing today? One thing about doing metal, it does get hot, so it helps it dry pretty fast. We're going to turn it over and get the rest of the inside too. And then we're going to put this really cute napkin or rice paper on it. Oh, you're going to Kentucky. Are you going to Paducah? If you are, I am so jealous. I'm not going to get to go this year. At least right now, I'm not going. If you guys could all sprinkle this video out today, I'd appreciate it. And if you're not following my page, we'd love to have you. Whoops. I don't want to make sure I get my... Lisa, we were turning in a 4th of July bucket. And I've already taken the handle off. Oh, are you? Oh, I really want to go. Oh, Tina, you're in Prescott, same town as Shar? Thank you, Joy. Make sure this is dry, and I want to sand it just a little bit. And I see a little bit of red right there. Let's go ahead and dry that. We're going to lightly sand it. Thank you, Linda. Oh, thank you, Joy. All right. This almost looks like one of those smashed cans. Oh, wow. All right, I'm going to take my smooth edge of my sanding block here, and I'm going to just smooth that down just a little bit. Because I had a big old brush stroke here in the front. Let me get my edges smooth. If you had this hanging on your bathroom wall, what would you put in it? Hey, is that Ida? Yeah, it does look like a smash can. And it's got this really pretty rim right here around it. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to camouflage that, or maybe just put something in and out. Deborah, if you're not getting Char's notifications, go and follow her and then follow back again. Sometimes Facebook just knocks you off. Hey, Susie Mac. I'm just going to paint down about that far, that 4 inches. Just so you look in it and you see a finished faux edge. Hey, Barbara, how are you doing? Okay, you can see right here, I've just painted. I'm going to go over here on this side while I've got it and go down a little bit further. And we'll just let that dry. We'll just dry the edge part. Hey, Lisa from Crazy Mom Creations. How are you today? Barb, I am doing good. Hey, Patty. Hey, Cindy. You know, almost every Friday they have an update. Just about every Friday. You can almost guarantee if you go to your app, you're going to have an update on Fridays. And when they do, they knock people off right and left. Okay, now we're going to get into doing something here. Okay, my thought is to put this piece of it right here, the words, right up here at the top. So if I do that, when I lay my paper down, I'm going to lose part of this right here. And I need to make sure I'm on here at the bottom because it's almost perfect edge to edge on the bottom. And we're going to have some blue to paint up here on the side. Hey, Stephanie, with the Vintage Pebble. How are you doing? And I don't want it to be underneath or on top of my little ridges here. So I'm just going to make a little line right here, and I'm going to use my water pen. I think I'll just use a small brush is what I'm going to use. Let me get some water here. And I'm going to go ahead and separate this out. Right along that edge. Because we're going to fuzzy up our edges too, but I want to split this out and do each piece of it separately. Get a little bit more water. Let me turn this around so you can see it. I'm just running some water right underneath that edge of that rope. Because it's kind of at a curve. So I couldn't cut it just straight across because it has a curve here. And I'm putting my finger right down on that edge and just pulling it away. I'll come back over here on this side. Hey, Cindy. If it starts to get a little tough to pull, then just add a little bit more water. Okay. Now see, I've come all the way up to here, and the reason why I did that is because this has a curve, and that way I got it with the curve. We got a little bit of that design on it. Now I'm going to come back up, and I think I'm going to tear, whoops. Let's set this aside real quick. I think I'm going to take my water pen, not on that piece, on this piece, because that is a little smaller edge there. You're going to Eddyville to visit some friends. Oh, thank you. I hope I get to, Janet. I hope it's just going to depend on how well I recover after knee surgery. And I'm just going to take it, I'm going to just tear up as close as I can get underneath that lettering. I'm just taking it and going all the way across. Somebody has a terrible headache. I'm so sorry. Whoops, that was paint. So sorry you've got a headache. Stuff is just blowing around everywhere. A couple weeks ago, I was having one every day because of all the hay being cut around us. Okay. Let me bring this back over so I can see how much room I've got. I may have to take a little more off of it to meet that curve. We may lose a little bit of it, but that's okay. Just the very top of the word. And so this is kind of a curve right here. I'm going to make that curve go up and over the top of that S because I might be able to fudge it a little bit. And you know, if you miss a little piece, just take a little piece of it off and add to it. Hey, Sheila. From Simply Simple Creations by Sheila. But I'm just tearing this piece of rice paper into parts. Hey, Raylynn, how are you doing? There's another still little girl. Okay. We got a little bit of it. I'm going to go ahead and fuzz off the white pieces here on the end while I've got this out. And let's go ahead and do this one too. Just going to kind of make it a little oval kind of a shape here. Do you have, I do on Tuesday, Carol. Tuesday when they'll decide what they're going to do, when they're going to do it. Okay, I kind of went like off on a curve down here at the bottom, just around that little curve right there. I'll be glad when it's over and done. I guess turning 60 this year was my year for everything to start going wrong. But once we get fixed, everything will be going right. I'm just going to be very careful. Okay. My nose is itching. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of come up at a curve right here. Oh yeah, Crystal. I have 2 areas that's torn. I have no cartilage behind the patella, which I think is the kneecap. And somewhere in there, I have a 2-inch Baker cyst that's got everything all inflamed. Do you have an order for me for cutouts? Linda, I'll go back and look. I know, knocking me off. So what are they going to do for your knee? Well, they'll have to go in and fix the tears. They'll probably have to drain the baker's cyst. Lauren said they'd probably just take it out when they go in. And how would I not know there's a 2-inch cyst in the back of my knee? I mean, your knee's only so big, but my knee is swollen. But the nice thing is that I still have use of my hands and I can craft. There'll only be a few days there that I won't be able to do anything. All right, I need to kind of even at my sides here just a little bit. I want to make it where it looks a little more rounded on my front. Let me kind of look it up. And you can always just fold your paper in half to see if you look somewhat the same. I probably refunded you some shipping is what I did. You probably got some shipping refunded. Because normally, sometimes it will overcharge on shipping, and I always go back and I will refund you the shipping, the difference in shipping. Okay, there's how we have it right there, just like that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this down here. Get our words first and see if they fit. There's a little more on one side than the other. And I think that looks pretty good. We can always go back in and sand off all the hairs. And I've got that on there. Thank you. And I think what I'm going to do, because I've taken that off and moved it up a little bit, let's go ahead and take care of this little edge right here, just real quick. And I'm going to have to take a little bit more off down here at the bottom. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to paint this inside right here, that color that's on the back. Let me get my fuzzies off right here at the top. No, Linda, I'm pretty sure it shipped. I think that's what Jeff shipped out on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll have to go look. But I will message you and let you know the tracking number. You should have got an email saying that it shipped. Thank you, Joanne. I think I probably got this last year. I'm going to take just a little bit more off here at the bottom. And I'm just pulling that as I go to fray those edges. And let's see if that's going to fit now. I think that'll be okay. So let's do our painting real quick. And let me get a smaller brush here to go in between this edge because I don't want it all over. We're going to come up here. We're going to paint this part in between here. This pretty color. And I'm just going right in between to go all the way down there. And having that undercoat of white chalk paint will give it something to grip to. Whoops. I'm not so careful on this side. Come back here. I'm going to wipe it off of those ridges right there. There. And so I came in, I just put that color all the way across there. And let's dry that real quick so we don't get on our paper. Cookie, I got it at Savers in Fort Smith. They have a Savers down there, and usually you can go down there and find something pretty similar. Or Goodwill, I've seen these a lot at Goodwill. Hey, Created with Love by Junebug. I don't know if I'm following you or not, but I will go back and double check. Hey, Georgianne. All right, I'm going to take another brush here and get some Mod Podge on up here at top. I'm going to take a little bit. I'm going to buy a new container of Mod Podge today. No, Tracy, it's one of Miss Lillian's no wax chalk paints. I'm going to just open this up because I don't want this to spill all over everything because it's so thin. And we're going to paint right in here with some of this Mod Podge that I put too much water in. And we're going to put that one little piece because you guys know I lose everything on my desk. Oh, that's okay. No problem. You can stay right here on that. Nice thing about rice paper, it goes down really good. Really good. I'm going to go up here and take my what's left of my brush and smooth it down. A little piece of fuzz right there where the paper tore. And I need to take a little piece of paper off right here. Let me just use my X-Acto knife here. See if I can take it off that way. Little piece, because it gets smaller as it goes in. I'm just going to use my knife and kind of tuck that under that edge of that rim. There we go. Let's put a good coat over that. Good coat. We're going to dry that real quick. And we just got the tip of that S. I mean, you know that's an S. We got just the tip of it. Thank you. I think maybe I'm going to get some towels and print in it. Some really pretty towels. However, Emma and Layla don't realize that you have good towels that you display and some that you like to use. So would you put towels in it or would you put flowers in it? Maybe it's a wall hanger. Okay. Now let's lay our paper down here and I'm just going to kind of make a mark how far I need to come in. I know I'm going to do a little bit at the bottom. And I can always come in a little bit closer when I'm done. So you see, I just kind of went around and I made a mark so that I know where I can go put the blue on. Flowers. I've got my little thing here today. I may take it with me. Well, I am going to take it with me so that I can maybe find something that'll go really pretty with it. Maybe a soft yellow, maybe. Ooh, greenery would be pretty. Greenery would be pretty. I've got just a place I can put it. See, I'm just using that little mark. Give that another coat while I'm right here. And we can always come back and go in if once we lay it down and we still see some white. Just like that. And I know I'm gonna have a little bit down here on the bottom. And if a little bit of that greenish blue color gets under the paper, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what would be cute is if I could find a shelf small enough because we didn't build when we built our house, our bathroom and our room's really big. But this one, it has a bathtub in it with a shower and the toilet and the sink. And the granite countertop in there is a kind of a brown. Not really brown. Is that one? No, that one's the black. Because the only counter we changed was in our bathroom. We may need 2 coats right here. I can still see a little bit of that white. So let's dry that and see what we got. I think it's a really pretty soft color. It kind of looks a little darker in the picture, but it's actually a little lighter up here. But I have some spray paint about the same color, pretty close to the same color, that I thought I would just take it and spray my handle right here because it's like a navy blue. See, we got 20 minutes. We're good. We are good. I've got some antique gold, nope, Spanish copper that I'm going to put right here because it's pretty good about matching this top part here. We're going to do that around the rims. It's almost like a mint green, but it doesn't have that yellowish to it. Yeah, almost like a mint. It's pretty close. Oop, I see a spot up here. Funny, when you look at it from a different angle, you see things. Yeah, kind of a minty teal. Exactly. Kind of a minty teal. Let's get this good and dry. Yeah, it is really pretty. I like this. Is probably one of my favorite colors I have. I need to get a bigger brush because I got some itty bitty strokes here that doesn't look too good. Whoops, well, that was really smart, Lisa. I just slung my paint all the way across. Good thing it's wet. That'll be alright. Alright, let's give it a good second coat with this bigger brush. Ooh, that's hot. That is hot. Let's just give it a second coat with a bigger brush so we have smoother strokes and not little bitty choppy looking ones. There we go. That is hot. You can tell it's metal. Alright, I think this is going to be pretty. I think I might put some teal here on either side of this too. I'm either going to put some flowers in it, Joy, or maybe some nicer towels or washcloths and put in it, or trying to think what else I could put in that bathroom. I'm always looking for things for storage. Oh, that would be pretty. That's a good idea, putting a border of lace. That's an easy fix. Easy fix. I might get a different handle too. I'm sitting here thinking I've got maybe a chain handle. Would be pretty. Hey, Dawn. All right. What do you think? Maybe putting a little bit of teal right down here on the side and feathering it in? Because it doesn't look finished. It looks like it's just stuck there. Little pieces of rice paper everywhere floating. I think I'll feather some of that in. What do you think? Put a little bit there on the ends of it. Oh yeah, bling handle would be pretty too. Emma has found some of my bling. She thinks it's old jewelry that she needs to take off with. Because it's almost like, oh Gigi, see what I found? There, I think I like that better. I'm just going to kind of feather that in just a little bit. Instead of just stopping, I'll just kind of feather it up. I like that better. Okay, let's go ahead and put our transfer down because we got 14 minutes. Here it is. I stuck my whole brush in there. Who else does that? Make a big mess. Marilyn, it is called Pixie Belle from Miss Lillian's Paints. And they're called a no wax chalk paint. But I'll still put a sealer over this. Maybe a wax sealer. Hey, Katie. Okay, I'm turning toward my light so I can see if I've missed any spots. Because white on white sometimes is hard to see. I'm going to pick up some clear wax today. You ever get those days when you're just cooped up in the house and you just want to get out? Well, that's how I am right now. I'm just cooped up and I want to get out. I can hobble along. Hang on to that cart. I'm making sure I get a good coat here. Okay, let's smooth it out just a little bit. And let me look at it while I'm putting it on. Because we might have to adjust our painting. Okay, I'm gonna smooth it down from the center. Okay, we're gonna have to paint a little bit, not a whole lot. And it's okay because I'll get my edges here and paint them blue where that paper is, and they'll just blend right in. Get a little spot up there. And you get a little bit of Mod Podge down here. Just a little bit. Okay, let's dry this just real quick. Is that Joy Lynn? I like how you spelled your name there. That is pretty. Aw, thank you, Debbie. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put a coat of Mod Podge on it. I'm gonna sand this right here just a little bit because I got some wispies off that paper. There we go. Just a few little ragged hairs. Thank you, Linda. You just have to get up and go. It's not easy sometimes. Yeah, I'm gonna look around today and see what I can find. If I can't find any florals that I think look good with it. I mean, this does have like some navy blue in it down here, and it's got some darker teal, and it actually has kind of a copper color in the wording. And there's a little bit of yellow right here too in the lights, the chandelier. You can pick up several colors through here. Okay. Now, I told you I was going to use some Rub and Buff. And this one is Spanish Copper. If you can like see that color right there, it almost looks dark. But when it's on something, it is really pretty. And I'm going to just come on and just rub. I'm going to cut that right there. Just come on and just rub this little bitty corded, twisted looking design. Whoops, I got a little glob right there. And some of that white showing through it, and that looks okay. Gives a little bit of highlight. But when I get a cord on it and get it decorated up, I will put a picture on my page sometime today. Oh, that looks good. See, I just kind of sets that off a little bit. When the light hits it, it really has like a coppery feel to it. Let's just rub some up here around the edges. I think I'm going to put some up on the sides too. Just a little bit to define the sides. Oh, thank you, Tina. Just a little bit up here. It's just like that to get on the side. And then I'm going to turn it around from the front. Down here at the bottom. And I'm going to come from the front and make a line. I did from the back, and then I'm going to do one from the front right here. Make it a little bit wider. Rub and buff is something easy to use to enhance something. Let's go ahead and do our back here. This is the back. I'm going to do it right here on top. Right here on top. Oops. Right here on top. I think next week we're going to make some bigger ornaments for outside on the short videos. I got some ideas for some outside ornaments. I think that looks pretty good. Pretty good. Let me get the lid back on this and get this off my finger real quick, and I'll turn it around and show you. That way I don't get it all over. I didn't get too much paint on me today. Yeah, I think it does. It sets it off. I think I'm going to take my brush. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to take my brush here. This little small makeup brush. You can get these at Dollar Tree. Because I'm looking right here, as I'm looking, like I told you, you look different ways sometimes. And I can see like some white paint and some blue paint up under this rim right here in certain places. And I may get the underside of this rim right here. Sometimes you see it turn in different directions and you'll see different things. Set my brush sideways. Get a little bit more right here. Right about there. There we go. I think I'll take a wax and wax it. I'm gonna get some clear wax today. Oh, there's a big glob. But what do you think? Something easy to make. Didn't take, you probably could have done this in 30 minutes. I had to drag it out a little bit. Hey, Sarah Mixon. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Deborah. But this is just an easy way to just take something and make it something, totally different. Totally different. From a 4th of July project down to a simple bathroom decor. I think it turned out pretty good. Hey, Vivian. Hey, Debbie Mozinski. Thank you, Cindy. But there we go. Just a cute little container. Hey, thank you, Cookie. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to... I had to bend it again because I had to bend it to get it off. Put this back on, or I may get a beaded hanger. I'm going to look today for something with a different hanger to put on it. Put a little O-ring on both sides to hold it. I could do that really easy. Really easy. Thank you, Teresa. This is just a quick way. You can take something and out of not Dollar Tree, but Goodwill, Savers, a thrift store, and see it in a different way. Hey, Diane. A different way. Look, now my stuff's coming off my hand pretty good since I put lotion on it. So that's a good tip. Well, hey, from California. My mom was born in Bakersfield, Diane. Jeff and I lived in Monterey for 3 years when he was in the military. They're at Fort Ord. When I get off here, I'll go back and watch. And anybody that I'm not following, I'll go back and follow. Hey, Linda. Make sure you guys all go over to the Thoughts to Treasures group. The link is in my description, and it's also on my page. Ooh, a beaded wire would be pretty too. Coming up with all. You live in Saratoga? Monterey's changed a lot since we were there. I mean, totally. We went a couple years ago with Haley and went over to the coast, and it was crazy how much has changed. How much has changed. Well, ladies, I have got to go. It is 12 o'clock. The next person coming up is Carol with Thoughts to Treasures. And go over to her page and give her a shout out and watch her, please. I'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye.